Saint Joseph was nothing more than a humble carpenter who lived in Galilee 2,000 years ago and counted among his ancestors David, Solomon and all the kings of Judah. However, his family was attacked by numerous events of suffering, and Saint Joseph spent part of his life exercising great virtues, so much so that he was remembered as the righteous. A man dedicated to work, his days were spent in total devotion to the Lord, in continuous prayer, so much so that he decided to live his life in virginity. Its virtues therefore remind us of a path for our life in today's chaos and uncertainty, a time in which the family is continually attacked, opposed or marginalized by public decisions. For this reason, in this year, opened on the 8th of December 2020 with the Apostolic letter of Pope Francis dedicated to Saint Joseph, Patron of the Universal Church, Patris corde, which ended with the feast of the Immaculate Conception, on the 150th anniversary of the declaration that recognized Saint Joseph Patron of the Universal Church. Pope Francis recalled this during the Angelus, underlining that his intention and that of the whole Church was to rediscover the extraordinary figure of the putative Father of Jesus, a man in the shadows but constantly close to the human condition of each of us. And he did so also by visiting the Cenacolo community, in the house of the Good Samaritan fraternity in Rome, where he listened to songs and testimonies of the volunteers and guests of the association that welcomes those who live in physical and spiritual distress. Saint Joseph is the head of the Holy Family, and for this he obtains what he asks of Jesus and Mary, because they obey him even in heaven. He is also the patron saint of the Church, of families, of the sick, of vocations. It is therefore to him that we must turn when we pray for the family, as many saints have testified and affirmed throughout the history of Christianity. Few know it, but there are in fact many saints who have had a vision or an apparition of Saint Joseph. Among these there are, for example, Saint Teresa of Avila, who placed the utmost trust in Saint Joseph and obtained the greatest favors, and Sister Maria of Jesus Crucified, but not only. Some of the apparitions of Saint Joseph actually took place in places that later became extraordinary sanctuaries. For example, in Cotignac, in France, where on the 7th of June 1660 he appeared to the young shepherd Gaspard Ricard, who was grazing his flock on Mount Besillon. The man was thirsty, and Saint Joseph pointed to a rock, saying, "I am Joseph, take it off, and you will drink." There was a spring below. A similar story happened in Poland, in Kalisz, around 1670, where a man named Stobianiah was suffering incredibly from a terrible disease and turned to Saint Joseph, patron of a happy death. The latter went to him the following day telling him, "You will get well when you have a picture of the Holy Family painted with the inscription 'Turn to Joseph,' and you will offer it to the Collegiate Church of Kalisz." Since that day, many faithful have received graces in that same place, which has become a sanctuary. On August 21, 1879 in Ireland, at Knock, the Holy Virgin appeared to 18 people, accompanied by Saint Joseph and Saint John the Evangelist, and in front of an altar where a lamb is placed behind which a cross is planted. Another extraordinary event happened in Fatima, when on October 13, 1917 the three visionaries saw, while the crowd witnesses the miracle of the Sun, the Holy Family with Saint Joseph and the child Jesus blessing the world. These are just some of the miraculous events that occurred through the intercession of Saint Joseph, which invite us to pray with confidence to this extraordinary saint, for example by offering him a decade of his own daily rosary. In particular on Wednesday, the day consecrated to him, but also on the occasion of the end of the year dedicated to him by the Pontiff. The future of humanity and families depends on how much we invoke his intercession with our hearts during our prayers. Prayer saves the world, and Saint Joseph, in addition to always offering us courage and solutions, is able to fix everything. Thank you for supporting my channel. May God bless you and keep you.